At Bill's place, Baker announces to a group of family gathered in the living room that Luna Nozawa was fatally struck by a vehicle last night while attempting to evade arrest, and confirms she is dead. Baker explains that the prison is still investigating how she escaped, but they confirm the miscarriage, which happened a few days ago. He tells Will he's sorry. After he recaps that they don't have to worry about Luna anymore, Liam shows him out. Bill tells Will that the baby would have been a Spencer. We're all feeling the loss. Katie wants to acknowledge the loss of the innocent little soul by lighting a candle. Liam tells Will that he can't honor the woman who terrorized them and shot him. Bill and Katie insist it's not about Luna. It's about the Spencer they never got to meet. Will lights the candle, and his parents assure him he'll be a wonderful father one day. At the Cliff House, Lee, Steffi, Finn, Poppy, and Taylor discuss Luna dying instantly after the car hit her at high impact. They can't believe she's really gone. Steffi feels this is something to be thankful for. Lee points out that, despite everything, Luna was Finn's daughter. Yours too, Penelope. Poppy says she was dead to her a long time ago. Lee snaps. No wonder Luna was so tormented. Poppy insists she loved her daughter, but she turned on her and tried to frame her for murder. I'm glad Luna is gone. At Deacon and Sheila's place, he urges his wife to go back to bed for the day if she needs to do so. Sheila can't make sense of what's happened. How is my granddaughter dead? Sheila can't understand Luna going after Will like that. Deacon reminds her that the young woman was nuts. There's no excuse for anything she did. He won't feel badly for the monster that killed his friends. Sheila recaps that she and Lee really thought they could help Luna. Deacon says some people can't be helped. Sheila counters that people used to say that about her too. Deacon thinks it's different because Sheila changed. She moans that she was going to be a great grandma. Deacon pleads with his wife not to sugarcoat this. Sheila can't be happy about Luna being gone. Deacon won't grieve for her. Karma's a bitch, and it finally caught up with Luna. Sheila's sorry for letting Luna come between her and Deacon. She's grieving, but she's thankful that they're back together. It's all thanks to Taylor. Meanwhile, over at Steffi's, Taylor tells her daughter and son-in-law to remember that it's okay to be relieved. After she heads upstairs, Finn paces. He tells his wife part of him is relieved, but it's not that simple for him. Steffi assures him he can tell her anything. How do you really feel about the loss of your daughter? Alone in their living room, Bill and Katie go over it being a rough day and the complicated feelings Will must have. Bill is glad Luna's gone. It's time for the Spencers to move on and close this chapter. They embrace. Will and Electra arrive at the beach house, where he says his head is spinning after all the chaos. He wants this to be a fresh new beginning for them. Electra nods. A fresh start. They embrace. At the Cliff House, Finn tells Steffi he should be upset. Not after Luna did such horrible, unforgivable things. But Luna needed a father, and by the time he found out it was too late. It breaks his heart because it didn't have to end up this way. Luna was broken. Finn is all about Steffi and their family, and Luna was a danger to them. Steffi is there for him. Never forget that. Recently, I posted a soapbox column in which I suggested that, since Bold and Beautiful was so heavily invested in Luna, and Lisa Yamada just won a Daytime Emmy, the character was bound for a long overdue redemption arc. I theorized that Luna would enter into intensive therapy with Taylor, because it's not like the show is going to introduce a new shrink, right? There can only ever be a dozen people in all of LA at one time. Stare down her demons and emerge on the other side, someone who has changed for the better. Y'all didn't take it well. Jade, whose bleep list I've long topped, was left asking again, Charlie, isn't Soapbox supposed to be a weekly wrap-up? Like what actually happened? It was. It used to be. That's true. But then we discontinued the column, and then we restarted it again to write about of-the-moment things as they occur to us. We didn't make a big announcement about it. Guess we should have. Sorry about that. Jade also didn't like that this is just a story about your opinion of what you reckon might happen, and the week's not even half over yet. And that is 100% true. But like all of us, we here at Soaps.com are constantly predicting what's coming down the pike. Sometimes we're even right. Jade thinks that I'm a Thomas hater, and I get that. I have often held him accountable for his dirty deeds. But I've also taken Ridge to task for raping Brooke, the whole show for treating Taylor's side of the family like crap, and the Logan sisters for passing judgment on others when they are hot mess central. I still get it. Thomas is Jade's favorite. Gotta be. I get that too. He's compelling, charismatic, a volcano that's always on the verge of erupting. And his storyline with Hope, whether or not it made sense, was the hottest one she's ever had. So I thought I was doing a good deed by putting forth an idea that returned Thomas to the front burner via a romance with a character with whom the show has gone all in. At the moment, if you want screen time, Luna is the way to get it. Lately, her pinup of Will has been featured more than Thomas. W the actual H? A commenter named Tirtana wasn't down with the theory either, and wrote that Taylor would never argue for Luna's release because it would so unnerve Steffi. But isn't Taylor supposed to be impartial? Isn't she supposed to be the arbiter of who isn't a threat? Isn't she obliged to act as an advocate for the patient that she has led back to sanity? Maybe not. There are places where you can post your fanfiction, Tirtana added. Yup, I work for one. I'm sorry if you hate everything I write. Honestly, I am. I'm just a soap fan sitting in his office doing my best to stay, or get, one step ahead of our shows. I'm hoping to spark interest, start a discourse. I don't mind if folks disagree with me. It's all subjective and is supposed to be fun. And our, or at least my, opinions can change on a dime, along with the show's writing. But dang, y'all zero in on an idea and refuse to let it go. Why would Thomas date a double murderer? Susanna asked. A killer who framed her own mother for her crimes? A rapist at that? I don't know, Susanna. Maybe because Thomas's past is checkered too, and he's trying to be a better person and might acknowledge that Luna is doing the same. It doesn't mean that I hate the character that I haven't forgotten that he had sex with Caroline when she couldn't consent, used son Douglas to manipulate Hope into a relationship, and framed Brooke for calling CPS on him. That's just show history. It happened. It doesn't mean that Matthew Atkinson isn't an MVP who should be returned to the front burner ASAP. He should. Dude's money in the bank. Thomas just needs to be written with a steadier hand. I know you don't like Thomas, Susanna continued. But why even put him in this article, which is about redeeming a character who cannot be redeemed, but should better be gone forever? My answer, and you'll hate it. Because I want Thomas back in the thick of things. Bold and beautiful is all into Luna now. If we want Thomas back, and I do, Luna could fast-track his return. I definitely don't want to see him frothing at the mouth again about Ridge and Brooke's reunion, only to wind up hugging his stepmother a second later. That made no sense. But Thomas seeing in Luna an individual who is genuinely attempting to make amends, that would make sense. To me, anyway. If we saw enough of her sessions with Taylor to buy into it. I know I won't change anyone's mind, but I had to try anyway. I'd rather have Thomas stirring the pot any day of the week than spend another interminable half hour listening to Will and Electra tell us how their insta-connection will see them through whatever is coming for them. The bold and the beautiful spoilers hint that Katie Logan may collapse and need Luna Nozawa's heart. Could a new transplant follow the car crash that Luna was seemingly just involved in? Luna clearly thought she was on her way to evading the cops and keeping her freedom, but then a vehicle suddenly appeared. It came flying straight at Luna, so she could suffer some pretty severe injuries as a result. If Luna ends up brain dead, maybe some of her organs could still be donated. That brings us to some intriguing hints that the show's been dropping lately regarding Katie. B&B has definitely been playing up the possibility of a Katie medical crisis due to all the Luna stress. There have been some clues regarding Katie's fragile heart and whether it can take all this. Of course, Katie has also been running like a madwoman to find Luna in this big manhunt. That could add to the heart strain for Katie, and perhaps lead to her collapsing soon enough. From a medical standpoint, it's been enough years since Katie's last transplant for her to realistically need another one now. Katie might find herself in need of a new heart, so could she get Luna's ticker following this car drama? If so, Luna could get a little redemption on her way out. It wouldn't make up for all the horrible things Luna did when she was alive, but at least her demise could save the life of Will Spencer's mother. There's no guarantee that's how things will play out, but there must be a reason why Katie's heart issues have become a focus recently. The show could be gearing up for a heart transplant twist, so stay tuned for updates on any jaw-dropping news to come. Do you think Luna's heart might be what saves Katie from a grim fate? Will B&B give Luna a little redemption as part of her own fatal exit? The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Luna might become a lifesaver depending on how it all goes down. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for Friday, November 21st indicate that Luna Nozawa's fate will be revealed after apparently getting hit by a car. A stunning discovery is ahead, so let's talk about where things may go from here. B&B had all the makings of a proper whodunit in Thursday's episode, as they focused on each person involved in the manhunt and highlighted their motives for chasing after Luna. It felt like the show was setting up a murder mystery, or at least an attempted murder mystery, but then Luna ran in front of a car on her path to freedom. Just when Luna thought she was going to get away, she seemingly got mowed down. Of course, it's possible Luna wasn't run down after all if the show decides to deliver a fake-out, but it certainly appears she was hit. It's also possible someone plowed into Luna on purpose, depending on who was behind the wheel. Regardless, Luna could be injured and in need of medical attention, but there's no guarantee she'll get it. What if one of the many suspects who was shown finds Luna and decides to finish her off? Luna might be unconscious and barely hanging on, or maybe she'll have injuries that make it difficult for her to keep running. That could leave Luna at the mercy of whoever discovers her, so maybe the pier and the waves that were shown could still come into play. Could Luna get thrown into the water by someone instead of getting rushed to the hospital? Will Luna be presumed dead, or could she legitimately end up facing a grim fate? Whatever the case, there has to be more to the story when it comes to this whole Luna situation. The show put way too much effort into setting up a mystery, so things may get complicated as the week winds down. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say a shocking Luna outcome is on the way, so we'll bring you updates on all the wild news to come on the CBS soap. The bold and the beautiful spoilers hint that Will Spencer's daddy destiny may still be intact. Luna Nozawa claims she lost Will's baby, but could Electra Forrester's pregnancy be next? Will wasn't sure how to react when Luna admitted her miscarriage in B&B's November 19th episode. It's clear that Luna's news left Will shocked and unsure of his feelings. Deep down, part of Will may be relieved not to have anything linking him to Luna anymore. Will doesn't have to worry about the complications of raising Luna's child and how that would have affected Electra. At the same time, Will was already preparing for fatherhood. On some level, Will may have already grown a little attached to this baby due to all the Luna-free plans he was making for his or her life. That's why Will must be dealing with some pain and anger over Luna's lost baby, too. This whole situation never should have happened, but Luna set it all in motion when she violated drunken Will that fateful night. Luna was hoping she locked in a future with Will when she got pregnant, but now she claims she's lost everything. Of course, we have to acknowledge the possibility that Luna could be lying, especially if she's decided her best strategy now is to bolt and try to keep her baby away from the Spencers. Regardless, Luna may be presumed deceased after more shockers play out following her beach chase. The show may intend on resting the character for a while, so everyone may come to believe Luna's gone for good. Of course, Will could still be destined for fatherhood if Electra gets pregnant next. If that's the case, Will might be elated and admit it feels right knowing Electra is going to be the mother of his firstborn, not Luna. If Luna was telling the truth about her miscarriage, she might return and target Electra's baby down the road. We could certainly imagine Luna getting obsessed with the idea of raising Will's child and stealing Electra's if need be to make that happen. The bold and the beautiful, spoilers say Will and Electra have more drama ahead no matter what, so stay tuned for updates on any surprises to come. The bold and the beautiful spoilers hint that the mystery driver will be revealed. Who's behind the wheel of the car that hit Luna Nozawa? Will it be someone quite familiar to B&B fans? Let's start by pointing out that a good chunk of the cast was involved in the Luna manhunt. Unless one of them somehow scrambled to get in a car and mow Luna down, we can probably rule out the characters who were shown chasing her. Steffi Forrester Finnegan and John Finn Finnegan also seemed like they were tucked in tight at the Cliff House for the night, so perhaps we can rule them out too. Eric Forrester, Donna Logan Forrester, and Zendi Forrester, Dominguez's whereabouts are unaccounted for, but it doesn't seem likely that any of them would be tangled up in this phase of the Luna story. The same goes for Liam Spencer and Hope Logan, since they're in their blissful reunion era right now, but they could still be options to consider. Brooke Logan Forrester and Ridge Forrester are noticeably absent from all the Luna chaos, despite all the complaining they've been doing about her. Could one of them have been driving the car that hit Luna? Remy Price might be a good contender, since he has a knack for running into Luna in unexpected places. Perhaps Remy literally ran into, or in this case, ran over, Luna during her latest getaway attempt. It's easy to imagine Remy getting out of the car and being horrified to find Luna's injured or even deceased body in the road. Of course, it's also possible the driver will turn out to be a random day player, or at least a character who's new to the canvas. There have been spoiler hints about someone from Daphne Rose's past entering the picture. So what if her ex accidentally hit Luna on his way into town? Regardless, many viewers will be eager to see who ran down Luna when she bolted in front of their vehicle. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say there are still some Luna-related mysteries left to unravel, so we'll bring you updates on all the wild news to come. The Bold and the Beautiful recap for Thursday, November 20th, reveals that Luna Nozawa ran in front of a speeding vehicle after Will Spencer spread the miscarriage news. Outside the beach house, Deputy Chief Bradley Baker forced Will to stay there since he was Luna's target. Baker dashed off to find Luna with backup while Will headed back inside. Bill Spencer, Katie Logan, Electra Forrester, and Ivy Forrester eventually arrived, so they were relieved to see Will was okay. After some phone calls to ensure the kids were still safe at their sleepovers, John Finn Finnegan reassured Steffi Forrester Finnegan that Luna would be found and would never be free again. In Taylor Hayes' office, she rushed out on Daphne Rose and planned to hunt Luna down since she had put Steffi through so much torment. Back at the beach house on Thursday's B&B episode, Deacon Sharp, Sheila Sharp, Lee Finnegan, and Poppy Nozawa all showed up next. Will made sure everyone was in the loop on the miscarriage development. Electra hugged Will as he struggled with complicated emotions, but Deacon put the focus back on finding Luna. Although Electra wanted to help with the search, the others urged her to stay put with Will. Taylor ultimately made it to the beach house and received miscarriage info as well before she joined the manhunt. In the showroom at Forrester Creations, Deke Sharp set up a microphone and talked to Carter Walton about Daphne's song being a perfume line tie-in. Once Daphne arrived, she shocked Deke and Carter with updates on Luna's escape. Daphne ultimately practiced her song, which set an eerie mood as Luna remained on the run while a long list of enemies chased after her. Bill, Katie, Deacon, Poppy, Lee, Sheila, Taylor, and Ivy were all out looking for Luna using cell phone flashlights. Deputy Chief Baker also searched for Luna, along with a police helicopter that shined a light down. Luna spent most of the episode in a panic, but it finally looked like she was going to make a real getaway in the end. However, things took a terrible turn when Luna stepped in front of a speeding vehicle. Based on Luna's terrified expression and the crash sounds that played, it seemed like she was hit. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say the Luna saga will come with more curveballs, so stay tuned. Remy could be the one behind the wheel, leading to a surprise twist. On Thursday's November 20th episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, the search was on for Luna, who was on the run. She sprinted from the beach house after the authorities arrived. She thought she had finally gotten her taste of freedom until she nearly collided with a vehicle. Everyone in Los Angeles searched frantically for Luna. Meanwhile, she showed up at the beach house to see Will. In her delusion, she assumed they could have a future together. Will told Luna that he could never have a future with a fugitive. His future is with Electra. Luna suggested that she might as well be dead since she had already lost everything, including their baby. The news shocked Will. However, when the authorities arrived, Will ran out of the house to inform them that Luna was inside, but she was already gone. Everyone joined in on the police hunt. At the end of Thursday's episode, Luna continued to run as a police helicopter spotted her from above. Sheila, Lee and Poppy seemingly closed in on her. Meanwhile, Deacon, Taylor, Katie, and Bill were conducting their own searches. But no luck. Luna thought she was free when she ended up on an empty street. Then, she was seemingly struck by a vehicle. It would be an incredible plot twist to have Remy run Luna over. He has defended his friend up to this point and even visited her in jail, despite Deke telling him to ditch her. Remy might not have realized that someone was in the road, as it was a foggy night. Once he realizes that he hit someone, he will have a meltdown. Remy has been trying to become a better person for Deke. He even told him that he would go to therapy to deal with his childhood trauma. But this could set him back. Remy might notice Luna and want to save her from the police. The two could accept the fact that they're outcasts and no one wants anything to do with them. Luna got rejected by Will for the umpteenth time, while Deke wants a break from Remy. Yamada's exit hasn't been confirmed, so Luna might stick around. Remy could save her and hide her away, leading to a twist in this storyline. Luna's on the run, and she could end up lost or left for dead. The Bold and the Beautiful hasn't been subtle with its clues lately. They teased Luna's big prison breakout, and now they might have toyed with the possibility that she could fake her own death. According to the B&B preview, Luna ends up on the run upon breaking out of prison. She first stopped at the beach house, where she came face to face with Will, who was horrified to see her again. He assumed that they had finally gotten rid of the problem. Luna claimed that she had to see Will after learning that he had moved in with Elektra. She thought they had a good thing going, but Will finally gave Luna a harsh reality check that she needed. He recounted all the crimes she committed, even raping him. Luna broke down and apologized to Will for violating him. She shared some shocking revelations during their conversation. First, Luna said that she would be better off dead since she had lost everything she wanted. However, she still didn't feel remorse for everything she's done. She's just sorry that Will's disappointed in her. Then, she told Will that she miscarried. By the time the police showed up, she had already slipped out into the night. There will be an intense search for Luna. B&B might be setting up a new mystery. The spoilers suggest that a shocking death will rattle the town of Los Angeles. What Luna said to Will could be a clue that she could end up staging her own death. She could end up falling off a cliff while trying to flee from the police. Somehow, Lee is involved because she's encouraging her granddaughter to make the right decision, which is to turn herself in. This is the perfect time for Yamada to exit the soap, albeit temporarily. She's already riding on the high of her daytime Emmy win and other acting gigs. Luna's death could have everyone wondering if she's really gone for good, or if she's pulling a fast one over them again. She could show up a year or so later, with Will's kid in tow. This is the perfect way to exact revenge on her enemies and maintain her power and control over them. The Bold and the Beautiful will be celebrating Thanksgiving next week on the CBS soap. The Forrester and Spencer families always go all out for the holiday, and this year will be no different. Steffi Forrester will be in for a shock when she prepares to carve her turkey, though. Here's what's coming up next on B&B, spoilers down below. This year on B&B, Thanksgiving will look a little different for Steffi Forrester and her husband, Dr. John Finnegan. Obviously, Steffi's mom doesn't want to attend Thanksgiving at the Forrester mansion and watch Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan paw each other at the dinner table. So, Steffi will opt to skip the big dinner and carve her own turkey at home with her husband, kids, and mother Taylor Hayes. What is supposed to be a small and intimate Thanksgiving dinner will be disrupted by an unexpected guest. New Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say Steffi and Finn will have an unexpected guest crash their turkey party. But who could it be? This week, Luna Nozawa escaped from prison. Could she get away from the LAPD and show up at her dad's house? Pregnant Luna might decide to try her luck with her bio dad again. Maybe the holidays will inspire him to have a change of heart? Regardless, Luna would have to be a fool to pop up at Steffi Forrester's house and think she wouldn't call the police and tip them off to her whereabouts. It is possible that the unexpected dinner guest isn't a bad surprise. B&B spoilers hint that Thomas Forrester has some more scenes coming up on the CBS soap. Maybe he stops by to have turkey with his mom and sister? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say it's only a matter of time before Deacon dumps Sheila Carter and hops into bed with his therapist Taylor Hayes. Could dinner with his wife be the final straw for the Il Giardino owner? Deacon might crash Steffi Forrester's family dinner to profess his love for her mother. Who do you think will show up at Steffi Forrester's house for a drumstick this Thanksgiving? Will it be a good or bad surprise for Finn's family? On The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna escaped jail, and a nationwide manhunt has been started. How long can Luna stay on the run, and who, if anyone, will come to her aid? Every second counts in tracking someone. Every moment wasted is another measure of distance the person can get away. Luna Nozawa is on the run, but could have been swept up quite easily had Will just made a phone call or a text. How is Luna going to stay hidden? Where will she go? She's all alone and on the run, and the long arm of the law is closing in. Or is it? Maybe Chief Baker, like everyone else in town, has some more urgent errands to run instead. Or is it just a lack of will to act? See what I did there? Today's episode ended with Luna seeing car headlights flash before her eyes. Is she about to be run over and that be the end of her? Honestly, I doubt that. And the reason for that is she's too much used to the writers at this point. There is more they can drag out of the storyline, and getting run over is just too messy and not enough of a fitting soap opera end to this villain. The car headlights will flash. Luna will look and see Remy yelling at her to get in, and the two will make their move and escape into the night, leaving the hapless people searching the woods and the fog to no avail. Why Remy? He can see a kindred spirit in Luna. And we haven't seen anything of Remy since Deke told him he needed some space to think. There is another possibility too. If the car does indeed hit her, Luna will be put into an induced coma, which would keep her available to the show while Yamada works on other projects. Luna may have lied about losing the baby too. She is pretty flexible with the truth, this lady. Or is it just alternative facts? LOL. At any rate, this author does not believe we have seen the last of Luna Nozawa. Luna tearfully confessed to Will that she miscarried, but fans don't believe her. Luna shared a heartbreaking revelation on the Wednesday, November 19th, 2025, episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. It wasn't the kind of news that fans weren't expecting, and now they're having doubts. At the beach house, Luna begged Will to assure her that they had a future together. She was devastated that he moved in with Elektra. Their baby was made out of love. Will explained to Luna that what she did wasn't love. He informed her that he would never love her and that his future is with Elektra. Will didn't back down as he let Luna know that she had taken advantage of him. She cried and apologized for violating him. She also suggested that she might as well be dead since she had already lost everything. Will informed Luna that the authorities were on the way and that they would handle everything, especially with the baby. Luna told him that it was already too late. She lost the baby. Will was shocked by the news. Then, he ran out to meet with the cops. But it was too late. Luna is already on the run, and her mother could end up in her crosshairs. This news changes everything about Luna and Will's future. However, was Luna telling the truth? Or was she trying to get Will to feel sorry for her? She might have believed that she had already miscarried, or maybe she's finally realizing that she doesn't have a future with Will. Regardless, fans already reacted to the scene on X, formerly Twitter. Many of them have doubts about Luna's miscarriage. One fan posted, "Is Luna telling the truth about losing the baby? Why is this the first time we're hearing of it? She better not show up in 5 years with Will's baby. That's all I'm saying." Someone else asked, "Wait, Luna lost the baby? When did it happen?" Another fan speculated, "Luna is lying through her teeth. She didn't lose that baby. She's going to be presumed dead and show back up 6 months down the line with a baby in tow." Another suspicious viewer shared the same sentiment, noting, "Luna just lied about losing the baby. Will shouldn't take everything she says at face value." What are your thoughts on this shocking plot twist? Do you believe Luna miscarried? Sound off below in the comments section. On the Thursday, November 20th, 2025, episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, word spreads of Luna's miscarriage. Daphne debuted a new song for the fragrance line, and the manhunt for Luna ended with a jarring collision. Finn and Steffi called their children's friends' parents to ensure their children were safe, given that Luna was on the loose. Finn learned that Lee, Poppy, Sheila and Deacon were on their way to help search for his escaped daughter. Steffi knew that Luna had some sort of nefarious plan in her mind because she wouldn't have escaped prison for nothing. She knew things were hard on Finn, but she was more scared that they'd never put Luna in their rearview mirror. Finn agreed with his wife, and she proclaimed that with the list of crimes behind her, Luna would never see freedom. Finn vowed to protect his wife and kids from the danger his daughter presented. Carter and Deke discussed the fragrance line, and Deke was excited for her Daphne to write a song to complement it. However, Daphne soured everyone's mood by telling them about Luna's Houdini act. They were appalled that Luna found a way out of prison, and Deke expressed how insane it was because of her mental instability. Daphne worried others would get hurt during Luna's latest reign of terror. Carter assured everyone that security was on high alert and that they could ease up a little. Carter reminded Daphne that they were there to hear her sing, so despite the chaos of Luna, he still wanted to hear the song. Daphne stepped onto the Forrester runway and performed a sultry track that was meant to be the next big thing for the company. Luna believed the baby would have been an opportunity for her to put forth good into the world. While crying, Luna explained she lost their baby. But before they could dive deeper into the conversation, the sound of police sirens intensified. Luna tried to apologize for her past actions, but Will's instinct was to alert the police to her whereabouts. However, Luna took the opportunity with Will distracted to take off and evade the cops. Bill and Katie arrived not long after that, and they were relieved that their son was unharmed. He revealed that Luna knew his location because of his social media post, and he was adamant that they find Luna. Bill tried to join the search for Luna, but Will stopped him and told his parents about Luna's miscarriage. Bill was surprised to see it, and Katie asked Will how he felt about it. Will couldn't focus on anything besides finding Luna and ensuring Elektra was safe. He had no idea where she might have gone, but Katie and Bill were insistent on joining the search. Elektra asked to join the search party, but Katie demanded she stay put. Not long after, Deacon and company arrived at the beach house, ready to send Luna back to prison. Poppy immediately asked, "Where is she? Where is that little bitch?" Will explained that she left the beach house, and the police were after her. Will stopped everyone from leaving by dropping the bombshell about the miscarriage. Elektra tried to hold back her glee at first, but Sheila, Lee, and Poppy seemed slightly hurt by the news. Sheila explained how Luna was certain the baby would change the course of her life, and she couldn't believe they lost their great-grandchild. Deacon offered his condolences, but he wanted everyone to return to the objective of searching for Luna. Deacon and the three ladies took off, and Ivy quickly followed suit. With everyone gone, Elektra expressed how scared she was for Will's safety and how she felt compassion for him about the loss of his child. Taylor showed up not long after, desperate to drag Luna back to prison herself. Elektra filled her in about the miscarriage, and although she felt for Will, her goal was to hunt Luna down, to protect her family. Will said he was sad and confused about the loss of his child, something he didn't expect. He looked out the window for any signs of Luna, and Elektra was concerned nobody would find her. Although he wished they could join the search, Elektra knew he was the primary target, and his safety was paramount. Luna hid in some beach shrubbery with police helicopters hovering overhead. Her time was almost up, and Baker also urged her to turn herself in. Everyone called out to her, from Katie to Bill, but she stayed hidden. Trying to avoid the spotlights, Luna made her move, with the dense fog serving as a tactic to evade capture. More characters kept calling out to her, like Taylor and Deacon. Lee pleaded for her granddaughter to do the right thing and turn herself in. Sheila took a different approach, and she tried to serve as a potential safe place for Luna to turn to. The helicopter confirmed that Luna was surrounded, and Bill declared, "It's over, Luna. You're not getting away." As Daphne's song played over the episode, the frantic nature of the search for Luna was showcased. Everyone who had a grudge against the recently escaped lunatic was obsessed with locating her. The fog made it nearly impossible to make out anything, which served as an advantage for Luna's primary objective. However, before anyone could locate her on foot, Luna stepped into the street and met a different fate. The lights of a car flashed bright in Luna's eyes, and she was seemingly hit by the vehicle. Bridget's last B&B appearance occurred last month. These days, Ashley Jones makes sporadic appearances as Bridget on The Bold and the Beautiful. After her last appearance in October, fans are ready to see more Bridget. However, they may have to wait a while. Although Jones is on a recurring status these days, fans enjoy it anytime she pops up as Bridget. The actress recently reprised her role last month when Katie needed Bridget's help. Bridget performed a paternity test on Luna's unborn baby, which confirmed Will was the dad. With the holidays coming up, fans expect Bridget to make another surprise return. However, they might not be getting their Christmas wish this year. During a recent Q&A on her Instagram story, Jones was asked when Bridget would return. Unfortunately, the actress had no positive news to share with fans. "Lots of you asking this one. I don't know," she wrote. While a return might not happen in the near future, Jones has plenty of content for her followers. "I have so much stuff I still haven't posted from the fan event at the new studio meeting, some of you. We took a ton of footage, lol. We'll try and post soon." Although fans may not see Jones on B&B anytime soon, the star is working on other projects. Between writing and directing, she has a busy schedule. Recently, she starred in and produced the film The Girl Who Survived, the Alina Thompson story, which premiered on Lifetime in September. When and if Bridget returns, there's bound to be many shakeups on B&B. Her younger sister Hope is getting remarried to Liam. So, odds are, Bridget could make a surprise appearance at the ceremony. However, like many of her past returns, Bridget's next appearance could be because of a family medical crisis. The show has been foreshadowing possible heart problems for Katie, and Bridget could play a role in her aunt's storyline. Since Bridget is one of B&B's top doctors, she'd work hard to find a cure or another heart transplant for Katie. The search is on for the fugitive, while Will mourns the loss of a life. However, someone else ends up dying. On The Bold and the Beautiful's Thursday, November 20th, 2025. Episode Luna is on the loose. A search party is underway. Meanwhile, Will reels over the news of a devastating loss. There's a manhunt underway at the beach house. Luna left on foot once Will informed her that the police had arrived, led by Deputy Chief Baker. She snuck away into the dark woods, never to be seen again. Meanwhile, everyone else arrived at the location, despite a crazed killer being on the loose. Katie and Bill showed up to check in on Will. Electra raced back from the office. Meanwhile, Lee, Poppy, Auntie, and Sheila dashed there upon hearing the news. Taylor wanted to seek justice for Luna's crimes. Most of the crimes involved Deacon's friends. As B&B fans already know, Taylor and Deacon have gotten close lately. She probably feels she owes it to him to find Luna. Later, Deacon showed up at the search party to ensure that Luna pay for her crimes. Ivy also wanted to join the hunt for LA's most wanted for the sake of her niece. But that crafty Luna hid away in the bushes, making sure no one saw her. Unfortunately, it was a foggy and cloudy night, making the search even harder. Everyone used their phone's flashlights to search the area. It was a last-ditch attempt to get the cold-blooded killer behind bars. Back at the beach house, Will tried to come to terms with the news that the baby was no longer alive. Will apologized to Electra for the mistakes he had made. He just needed his girlfriend to help him navigate this situation. Electra hugged him and assured him that they would get through this together. Meanwhile, everyone was deep in the woods, calling out Luna's name. Some of them tried to catch their breath after searching for what seemed like forever. However, it was hard to see her through the thick fog. Luna smiled as she ran as far away as she could. She went through the woods, hills, and dunes of Malibu. She looked like she had finally gotten her taste of freedom. Luna stepped out onto a dirt road, but then she was shocked by the sight of headlights. A car appeared out of nowhere. Its tires screeched as it seemed to run her down. The screen cut to black. Bold and the Beautiful puts Luna Nozawa facing a very real death. She ran into traffic while running from the cops and the big search party. And she's right along a cliff edge area. There are a couple of different ways this could go. We're going to talk about whether Will Spencer's psycho stalker might really wind up dead this time. This week, we saw Luna magically sneak out of prison because the whole thing happened off-screen, because it was nonsense. Then she used another magic portal to get all the way to Malibu to see Will. Luna lurked outside his house, stole some clothes, and waited for Electra Forrester to leave before revealing herself. So, Luna shocked the heck out of Will and told him she had to come see him. Luna was begging Will to love her. And then finally, Luna admitted she did a horrible thing when she violated Will. We saw Luna crying and apologizing to him for everything. She seems very remorseful, but I don't believe her. Luna appeared heartbroken as she was crying and telling Will that it was hurting her heart because she lost the baby. So, Luna miscarried. You would think that Will would be relieved that Luna wasn't having his child, and he was definitely affected by it. It was his baby no matter what, so I'm sure that part of Will is sad that the baby's gone, even though I'm sure overall he's thrilled that he won't be tied to Luna for the rest of his life. She was telling Will she loves him, and that they can start a life together right there at his beach house. It's all crazy, deluded talk. He utterly rejected Luna. Then the police showed up with lights and sirens. Will ran out to get Deputy Chief Baker and the other cops so they could rearrest Luna. But as soon as Will's back was turned, she hightailed it off into the dunes. Everybody was chasing Luna, determined that she is going to go straight back to prison. The search party was most of the cast of characters. Zenda Forrester Dominguez and Carter Walton were listening to Daphne Rose sing, which was a very interesting thing to do. We had Bill Spencer and Katie Logan out there looking. Sheila Carter and Deacon Sharp were searching. Taylor Hayes was out there. So were Lee Finnegan and Poppy Nozawa. They all had phone flashlights searching through the dunes along with Chief Baker and the cops. They showed Luna running along, and she went from scared while dodging the helicopter light to almost weirdly euphoric the longer she ran. But then she came across the road, and everything took a turn. There were headlights, brakes screeching, a thump, and a shocked look on her face. It seems like Luna might have been hit by a random car. However, it could have also been somebody from the search party. You never know. It might be a bait and switch. Bold and the Beautiful was very, very stingy with the spoilers they released this week because they didn't want to give away a big twist for November sweeps. There's been a lot of foreshadowing of Luna's death and death in general. She might actually be dead this time, especially because Lisa Yamada has a job on another new TV series. But even if Luna is struck by a car, she may be saved. There are 2 medical doctors out there searching, Lee and Taylor, and a third doctor, Finn, is right down the road. If indeed the car struck Luna, and it's fatal, and she is declared dead, that also doesn't mean that she won't come back. It's bold. Dead doesn't always mean dead forever on a soap. Luna could always come back. She recovered from certain death after Liam Spencer shot her, so she may survive this car incident. If the car hitting her doesn't kill Luna, whether she survives the hit or it's somebody else who's hit and she's just shocked by it, this could be clever editing. She may go hobbling off the road, wind up at the edge of the Malibu cliffs, and topple over into the Pacific Ocean. I think everybody is a fingers crossed that Luna is going to meet her doom. Of course, once word spreads that Luna lost Will's baby, everybody's going to be relieved, even though it's a little bittersweet. Katie was very upset that her and Bill's first bio-grandchild was going to pop out of lunatic Luna. Now Will's not going to be tied to Luna anymore, and Will and Electra can finally put Luna behind them. If she does survive this ordeal, Bold and the Beautiful could always just ship Poppy's awful daughter off to a maximum security prison out of state. She can recuperate behind bars, never to be seen again. At least, not now. Brad Bell can have Luna survive a near-death incident and basically put her character in storage at a prison far away. And then later, he could always bring Luna back if they need a villain. Even though there's no baby tying Will to Luna anymore, there still may be some more fallout from this whole mess that will permanently affect the Spencer family. With Katie's bad heart and Bold and the Beautiful dropping hints about it, she might collapse during this whole police search party thing. Bill finally got what he wants, which is Katie. Her sisters, Brooke Logan and Donna Logan, were talking about Katie's bad heart and worrying that the situation with Luna and Will might take a toll on her. That's a very valid concern, and it seems like they might have brought it up for a reason. All the stress about Luna and Will and the baby, and then chasing Luna around through the reeds and dunes in the dark, none of that seems like it's good for Katie's heart. It would be really wild if they teased Luna's death, but then killed off Katie instead. That'd be a huge, shocking twist for Sweeps. I don't necessarily think Bold would kill off Katie. However, there's a case to be made for it, because Bill would be distraught if Katie collapsed. She could recover, but then again, they could kill her. Heather Tom is on the B&B writing and directing team, so she may want to take a step back from acting and focus on behind-the-scenes opportunities. There is a chance we could lose Katie on screen because she wants to focus on the production aspects that she's taken more and more responsibility on for the last several years. I definitely feel like the death foreshadowing for both Luna and Katie was deliberate. Again, B&B was stingy with spoilers to be very careful not to give anything away. If something happens to Katie and Luna survives and is fine, Bill or Deacon might just casually push Luna off the cliff while they're all out there in the dark. That would be the ultimate irony if she hobbles away from the car hitting her, and somebody in that search party is like, "Screw it," and shoves her off the cliff. Deacon might do it, Bill might do it, I think Poppy might do it, you never know. Sheila might even do it. If Deacon or Bill cornered Luna, shoving her over the edge rather than letting the cops have her is something that they're feeling both capable of. If something happens to Katie after Luna was loosed because Bill got her that pardon, he would be heartbroken and distraught and would blame himself. He calls Katie his moral compass, and we could see Bill spiral out of control without her. So, wait to see if Luna survives the search party, or if she's run over by that car and dies, or if she winds up off the cliff. My fingers are crossed for hit by the car, and then over the cliff. Welcome to the Bold and the Beautiful Daily YAPP. For a quick, and by that I mean you're already halfway done, recap of the most amazing or what the heck did we just watch moments on today's episode. Let's get to it. We know we weren't supposed to laugh, but all we could do was guffaw as we watched people randomly run around the beach in the fog with their phone flashlights, all calling for Luna, as if she was going to show her face. "You can run, but you can't hide," Bill shouted, offering the most cliché line of the day. However, when Carter decided he needed to break the tension with a song, the laughter came pouring out. What? Things are too dangerous for your friends, so you put Daphne on stage in the showroom to sing it out. What were we even watching as Daphne crooned a sultry number in the background, and the Keystone Cops, we mean Deacon, Sheila, Taylor, Lee, Poppy, Bill, Katie, and Ivy, ran around in the dark like dummies calling out Luna's name. There was no suspense. There was just silliness all around. We have no idea why Taylor was so determined, but Deacon sure isn't going to let Luna get away with killing his two best friends he knew for a hot minute. And Will and Electra? They took the opportunity to stand by the window and make out since everyone else was looking for Luna. Why not take advantage of the situation, right? At least the soulful sounds of the multi-talented Daphne Rose could be heard throughout. Want more details? We got you! Soap Central has the best full B&B recaps on the internet. You can even go back over 30 years and read each and every one of them. If you can't wait until the next episode, we have daily spoilers too. And whatever you do this weekend, do not. Seriously, do not. Forget to read the 2 scoops for some laughs in the as close as we can come to being a watching party without actually being a show. And the best part is if you agree or disagree, we want to know. As always, share your comments below. When the dust settles on the Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say Luna Nozawa is going to wish that the cops captured her. Instead, the pregnant prison escapee could wind up in the hands of one of her enemies. Will Bill Spencer lure his son's baby mama into a life of captivity? Here's what's coming up next on Bold and Beautiful. Spoilers down below. The CBS soap is on fire this week as Luna Nozawa escapes prison and makes a run for it. The LAPD and Spencer family hits the beach to search for the escaped prisoner in the dark. This isn't the first time Luna has gone on the lam, but the stakes are much higher now that she is pregnant with Will Spencer Jr.'s baby. Dollar Bill is not going to sit back and watch while the cops gun down the pregnant escapee with his grandchild in her belly. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Bill Spencer and Katie Logan were content when Luna was in the slammer. They knew that Will's baby was safe then. But Luna can't be trusted with a Spencer bun in the oven, and she has proven that. If she truly cared about her baby, why would she go running down a rocky beach on a foggy night with cops chasing her? There's no way in hell the Spencer family is going to let Loony Luna raise Will's baby. Will Bill seize the moment and take Luna prisoner to keep the baby safe until she gives birth? Luna has always looked to Bill for help, even when it was revealed he wasn't really her father. If he finds her hiding on the beach, she won't think twice about going with him. In fact, she will probably think he has had a change of heart and is rescuing her. Do you think Bill will fake Luna's death or make it seem like she escaped, so he can keep her under lock and key until she gives birth to the new Spencer heir? The Bold and the Beautiful will be celebrating Thanksgiving next week on the CBS soap. The Forrester and Spencer families always go all out for the holiday, and this year will be no different. Steffi Forrester will be in for a shock when she prepares to carve her turkey, though. Here's what's coming up next on B&B. Spoilers down below. This year on B&B, Thanksgiving will look a little different for Steffi Forrester and her husband, Dr. John Finnegan. Obviously, Steffi's mom doesn't want to attend Thanksgiving at the Forrester mansion and watch Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan paw each other at the dinner table. So, Steffi will opt to skip the big dinner and carve her own turkey at home with her husband, kids, and mother, Taylor Hayes. What is supposed to be a small and intimate Thanksgiving dinner will be disrupted by an unexpected guest. New Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say Steffi and Finn will have an unexpected guest crash their turkey party. But who could it be? This week, Luna Nozawa escaped from prison. Could she get away from the LAPD and show up at her dad's house? Pregnant Luna might decide to try her luck with her bio dad again. Maybe the holidays will inspire him to have a change of heart? Regardless, Luna would have to be a fool to pop up at Steffi Forrester's house and think she wouldn't call the police and tip them off to her whereabouts. It is possible that the unexpected dinner guest isn't a bad surprise. B&B spoilers hint that Thomas Forrester has some more scenes coming up on the CBS soap. Maybe he stops by to have turkey with his mom and sister? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say it's only a matter of time before Deacon dumps Sheila Carter and hops into bed with his therapist Taylor Hayes. Could dinner with his wife be the final straw for the Il Giardino owner? Deacon might crash Steffi Forrester's family dinner to profess his love for her mother. Who do you think will show up at Steffi Forrester's house for a drumstick this Thanksgiving? Will it be a good or bad surprise for Finn's family? The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say Katie Logan and Bill Spencer are moving full steam ahead with their romantic reunion. But before they get comfortable again, will Katie have to lay down the law with her sister Brooke Logan about her husband? Common sense says no, since Brooke is married, but B&B spoilers say otherwise. Here's what's coming up next on the CBS soap. Keep reading for all the details. Bill Spencer has been unlucky in love for a while now on Bold and the Beautiful, but in between his breakup from Poppy Nozawa and his reunion attempts with Katie Logan, he was hanging out with his other ex-wife, Brooke Logan. Nothing happened between Brooke and Bill this time around, but viewers will recall that when they were both single earlier this year, they were spending time together. At one point, Bold and Beautiful rumors were actually hinting there could be a Brooke and Bill reunion in the works. The exes bonded over their breakups and gave each other shoulders to cry on. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say that if Katie Logan doesn't set boundaries between her husband Bill and sister Brooke, she might start to regret it. Brooke and Ridge Forrester are still in the honeymoon phase, but whenever Brooke sees one of her exes with one of her sisters, she starts hovering around and shamelessly flirting with them. Over the years, Katie Logan and her big sister Brooke have fought over multiple men. In fact, Bill Spencer was one of them. Bill even cheated on Katie with her sister. Now that Beatty is back on, will old wounds get reopened between the Logan women? Do you think Brooke will try to have a heart-to-heart with her sister's husband and cross a line? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Will Spencer was more upset than he thought when Luna Nozawa informed him that she had lost the baby. Will wanted nothing to do with Luna, but he was more than willing to take care of the baby once it was born. However, Luna escaped prison and informed him that baby was gone before running off. Will told Elektra that Luna said she lost the baby, and he was surprised that he was so upset about it. Will hates Luna and made it clear that he wants nothing to do with her. Once Luna finally understood, she told Will that the baby was gone. She tried to carry it, but had lost it. Luna cried as Will ran outside to tell the police where she was. Luna then ran out the door and down the beach away from Will and the police. Will and Electra are alone at the beach house, and Electra is attempting to comfort Will. Will seems pretty unsure of his feelings, but he certainly seems relieved not to have any ties to Luna, even though he was nice enough not to call the police right away. Electra honestly looked as though she was going to offer to give Will a child just to make him feel better after what he has learned. Electra is convinced that Will is the person she is meant to be with and could want to ease his pain by giving him another chance to be a father. Could Electra suggest this for their future? Will would have never been in this situation if Luna hasn't taken advantage of him. However, Will has a right to be upset over the loss of this child. Will had made a lot of plans for this baby without Luna's involvement. Could this lead to a do-over between Electra and Will because they want a child together? Fans know that Luna could be lying to Will about losing the baby because she may believe Bill Spencer won't worry about looking for her. Perhaps the writers may have decided to kill Luna off for a while, so everyone is comfortable that she is gone and won't return only to have her show up with Will's child in a few months. Of course, Will may be thrilled to learn that he and Electra are expecting a child and be all in on that pregnancy. Luna may also come back that try to steal this child if she happens to have survived this police chase where she has gotten into a run-in with a car. Will Bill and Katie Logan finally get the grandchild they want so badly from Will and his girlfriend this time? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers are in for Friday, November 21st, 2025. In tomorrow's episode, will Luna Nozawa die after getting struck by a car? Deke Sharp probably updates Remy Price. Plus, the search team will make a shocking discovery. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Let's begin with Luna, who tried to run after the cops showed up at the beach house. The girl admitted to Will Spencer that she lost the baby, although I have doubts about that. Thursday's episode felt more like a cliffhanger, so we might not see what happens to Luna until Monday. It didn't seem like the car was moving fast enough to kill Luna. Plus, everyone was on foot, so where did that car come from? Luna could be killed, which could prompt a murder investigation. However, soaps are all about drama, so I'm betting that Luna somehow survives and is whisked away somewhere. At some point, the search might be called off after there's still no trace of Luna. The other possibility is that they actually find Luna lying there on the ground, but she might still be alive. However, I'm betting that her body disappears. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for tomorrow's episode reveal that Deke was at Forrester Creations with Carter Walton. They were waiting on Daphne Rose, who was supposed to record a song for the perfume line. Daphne came running in and told Carter and Deke the news. However, it would be like Deke to alert Remy about Luna's escape. Deke has told Remy that he can't ever have anything to do with Luna again. However, if her body isn't found, then maybe he takes her? Of course, the soap has thrown some twists in this story regarding Luna. While it appears that Luna could be gone, fans are already questioning her alleged miscarriage. Did she realize that there is no chance with Will? And decided they might look so hard if there is no baby? I'm still wondering if Luna and her child could show up months or even years down the road. With Thanksgiving right around the corner and Christmas after that, the holidays will have everything on edge, that's for sure. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most on Friday, November 21st, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to check back with Soap Opera Spy for all the latest The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, news, rumors, comings and goings, and updates. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers tease that Hope Logan devises a breakup plan for Deacon Sharp and Sheila Carter. Hope will notice that her father has developed deep feelings for Taylor Hayes. Since beginning therapy with Steffi Forrester's mom, he has fallen for her. It certainly doesn't help matters that Deacon is still reeling from Sheila's involvement with Luna's fake death scheme and plot to trap Will Spencer with a baby. It doesn't sit right with Deacon, as he has tried to live his life in the right side of the law since his prison release. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say that Hope will drill into her dad's head that it's time to let Sheila go. She knew about Luna's whereabouts for a long time. She worked with Lee Finnegan to save Luna's life, while making the city believe that Luna was dead. Now that everyone knows that the lunatic is alive, Steffi and Electra will naturally feel on edge. Armed with this information, Hope will do her best to turn her dad against Sheila. Hope wants her dad to give Taylor a shot. She thinks it would be good for him. Taylor is successful and intelligent. Not to mention, the world-renowned shrink is beautiful and caring. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say that Steffi will learn shocking news. Steffi will learn that Luna is planning a prison escape. Her motivation is to get to Will Spencer. She believes they are destined to be together if she can remove Electra Forrester from Will's life. While that sounds like a non-threatening plan, the way Luna removes her threats is typically deadly. Steffi will likely lose her mind when she learns about the possibility of Luna's escape. She cannot believe that it is this hard for the jail to keep Luna locked up and the public safe. After chatting with Hope, Steffi agrees with her former stepsister about Sheila. She believes that Deacon would be better off with her mother. Hope knows that Deacon has developed feelings for her, and Steffi suspects her mother feels the same way about him. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say that Steffi will unravel at the possibility of Luna escaping prison. Thankfully, it appears her plot to escape won't work, but it creates a great deal of panic for all those affected by her crime spree. B&B fans, do you want Taylor and Deacon to make it as a couple? Please share your thoughts with us in the comments section below. The bold and the beautiful spoilers suggest that some fans are wondering if Luna Nozawa has truly lost Will Spencer's baby, or does she have another kind of manipulation in store for the young Spencer? The show offered some mixed signals on November 18th, followed by Luna telling Will that she miscarried after he assured her that he would take the baby and it would not know her. Is Luna lying about her loss? At first, Luna gushed about the beach house being such a great place for them to raise their child. Afterward, Luna made some shocking comments that raised questions about whether or not Luna had lost the child. "I can't lose you, Will. Not now. Not after." As Luna's voice trailed off into one of her crying fits, Luna wasn't going to lose Will to anyone after everything she has been through to get him. Especially Electra Forrester, Luna had said. Luna may have meant after everything that has happened. After plying him with liquor to get him drunk enough that he wouldn't recognize her as she pushed her way into bed with him. Will made it plain that he wants nothing to do with Luna. Will is only interested in that baby. Will plans on his lawyers getting him custody of the child and completely cutting Luna out of the baby's life. Is Luna telling Will that she lost the baby to see if he would comfort her now that their child is not longer here to keep them tied together? Does Luna think she can actually talk Will into giving into her and trying to see if they can have a relationship? Is Luna counting on getting pregnant again so that she still has Will's child? Luna has now ran off and seems to be expecting Will to follow. Who will follow Luna and try to save her from herself now that she is running on the beach? Now that Will has made himself clear and even called the law on Luna, perhaps Luna will pretend that she has lost the baby to cut all ties with the Spencers. Luna needs another rich man to suck her into becoming her sugar daddy and getting her out of jail. Who will Luna turn to now that her chance with Will is finally done? Imagine Luna being declared dead and escaping from the cops once again, only to return in the future with a child claiming that it belongs to Will. Spoilers promise some new twists and turns down the road, and Luna returning with a baby then could very well provide that. Will Luna fake her death and come back with the child another day?